I've decided I'm going to put a cell phone booster into my little camper. This may not be something for everybody. A lot of people would rather not have a phone, but we have a lot of kids and grandkids and want to keep up track with them. So this is something we decided to do. It's a little bit expensive. This is the package you get from WeBoost. It's an RV setup, mainly for bigger rigs, but we're going to make this try to work for a smaller rig. So I'll just show you what the box looks like when it comes from the company. And say this thing's approaching $500, so it's not a cheap way to go, but this seems to be the way that most people do this when they want to do this with their RV. And like I say, showing you here just ways they hook it up in a big RV. Mainly they hook that to the ladder of an RV, but we're going to just temporarily install ours just to check it out. And then once you pull the box apart, you'll see this is the way it looks. It slides out, and then I'm going to basically do a small unboxing here. And it's got some pretty easy instructions on here, step by step. It's step 1 through, I think it's 5 or 6, some of the different steps. So it takes you through each step as a brochure on how to do that. I'm not going to use all the components in here. It's got all kinds of stuff. It even includes a drill. I'll show you. And then right here is the antenna that goes on the inside that broadcasts, that it boosts that signal and then broadcasts it out. And this is the booster here. That goes on the inside as well. It's not waterproof. And then this is your antenna. It's a omnidirectional. They use them for truckers a lot of the truck packages. That is waterproof. And then here's some power supplies. This one did come with 2 different power supplies, 12 volt and also a 110. This is the 12 volt here. And plenty of wiring this one did come with. Extra wire. Then it has plenty of clamping hardware with it. It even has little zip ties and things to hook on for that. You'll see there's that drill bit. They even made that if you want to drill a hole. We're not going to do any of this right up front. We're going to give it a good try first before we go through and start drilling holes and things like that. So that's let's see how this is going to work out here in a minute. One more thing is this is the 12 volt power pack. You'll notice there's 2 wires there. You actually have to put your own adapter on there to plug it into what we used to call a cigarette lighter back in the day. And look under here, that's that 110 plug that you can use as also, depending on if you're going to boondock or if you're going to just go with the normal power if you're at a power site. This thing comes with a lot of neat stuff. It actually has a spring and a boom that'll actually make this extend up quite a ways if you have a way of attaching it, and you screw that antenna on the top here. We may do this in the future, but right now we're just going to kind of experiment with this. So this is that plug. If you decide to drill a hole, you put your wire through that, and there's that hole saw again. It's kind of neat that they gave it to you in this package. This is pretty simple. It just this wire goes through and it just screws to the side, and it keeps water from coming in through the hole you drilled. Okay, this is my setup on the outside. I just used Velcro on both sides of that clamp right there. And like I say, this is temporary, and I'm going to take this down before we drive with it. And I could, when I get that boom and make it longer, I could put it up like this, or I may even add a pole onto it later and use an extendable pole. Slim Potato Head, he's used several different modifications, and I really like the way he's set it up. In looking in this cargo bay, that's the way we're going to run the cable in for now. And you'll see the way I bring this cable in through the bed right here, and it attaches in to the booster. And on the other side is where it goes to the antenna, attaches here, and it's got quite a long cord. And then there's that little antenna piece, and here's the power cord again for the 110 that you plug in to make that work, or you can use that 12 volt right there and then plug it in that way. we tested this out, and we have it had it 2 bar here, and it boosted up to a 3-star, a 3 bar when we get a chance. And if you have an Android phone, there's a better way to check this, but on the iPhone there's only one way, and that's through that bar. They say that one bar is a big difference, so we're really looking forward to testing this out in the field and at a campground. And again, this wire that runs from this, you'll see it runs it runs through this, and we're going to eventually attach that and make it permanent. You see all this coil wire. That way you can run this outside and get a boost outside if you're sitting around a campfire or something. We might run it through the window or something, but don't know how permanent I want to make that. So again, here's our setup, and we're going to give that a try on our first trip out, and hope that works out well for us, and we'll give you more information in the future.